Steve Aoki is one of the most inspiring EDM artists out there, and today I want to talk about his gear. Yes, this is something a little different from what you typically see on my channel. A few years ago, a documentary came out on Netflix that focused heavily on Steve Aoki's work ethic, which is incredible. The documentary is called I'll Sleep When I'm Dead. I think that says it all. You should definitely check it out. Last month, he posted this short clip on Twitter. There's so much you can see in this clip alone. I'll talk a little bit more about his other gear in a sec, but let's just dissect this clip first. First of all, he's using Ableton Live. He's playing an 808 sample live on a keyboard, and he's put the tuner, compressor, and glue compressor devices on top of it. By the way, the kick drum in this beat is from the Murda Beats Quarantine kit. You can find it on Splice. He's also using a riser from the OMG Ronnie kit, also on Splice. But when it pans to Steve playing the 808 on his keyboard, things get really interesting. The keyboard he's playing is an old Arturia keyboard controller, which has the longest name of any keyboard. It's actually called the Arturia Analog Experience The Laboratory 49. It's the precursor to the Arturia Keylab Mark II and also includes Analog Lab, but then it was called Analog Laboratory. At the very end of this short clip, you'll see that Steve is controlling everything on the Slate Raven Z3 Touch console. Pretty cool. I really need one of those. Now this clip took me down a rabbit hole of interesting gear that Steve Aoki owns, and I thought I'd share some of my favorites here. Now some of this information may be outdated, so if he's switched out his gear, don't kill the messenger. Maybe you can comment below if you've seen him using something new. Alright, Steve's audio interface is the Universal Audio Apollo 16. I use the Apollo 8 and I love it. Very stable, great software, and great plugins to go along with it. I highly recommend it. I'll put a link below to the Apollo 8 that I own. It's a bit more affordable compared to Steve's. But hey, we both use the Universal Audio plugins. In this picture, you'll see probably the cheapest piece of music gear in his studio. It's the Korg MicroKey 37. It's a MIDI controller, very simple, just use it to input notes. Hey, this is one piece of his gear most of us can afford. As far as synths go, in this picture you'll see a Nord lead synth, an Axis Virus T2, a Novation bass station, and there's one in the back that I don't really recognize. Let me know if you know what this is. Over on the right, you'll see a Roly Seaboard Rise 25. Those huge monitors in the back are by Ocean Ways, but Steve also has some smaller monitors by Focal, the SM9s, that he uses as near-field monitors. He also has the Aventone mix cubes you'll see in the picture. The monitors are sitting on top of ISO Acoustics isolation stands, which are really nice. Something else I have to add to my shopping list. Steve also has a couple other pieces of gear that I've owned as well. First, he has the Avalon VT737 SP microphone preamp channel strip and the Neumann TLM-103 condenser mic. I've used both in that combination some years ago. Excellent preamp, and the mic is crisp and clear and not as expensive as some of the other Neumann mics. The Avalon preamp is an amazing deal for what you get, the full channel strip. The mic and instrument preamp, a compressor, and an EQ. This combo, the TLM-103 and the Avalon preamp, is excellent for pop, R&B, and hip-hop vocals. Hey, I've linked all the gear that I've mentioned in the video description below if you want to check it out. I hope you enjoyed that peek into Steve Aoki's studio. He's such an inspiring guy. Do check out his latest album and the Netflix documentary if you want some words of wisdom and inspiration. Keep making the music you love, and I'll see you again next week.